Hello everyone, my name is Aastha. I welcome you all to our classes for International English Olympiad for class 9th. Today is our 16th class in the series and we will be doing the topic of conjunctions today. Conjunctions is very important in connecting. Conjunctions are something that you should know when you have to connect the words, the phrases or sentences. We will be doing all of this in detail. Let's get started.
So first of all, the question that comes to our mind is what are conjunctions? हम सबसे पहले ये question answer करने की कोशिश करेंगे. All right, let's start. Now conjunctions are words that join nouns, verbs, sentences. कितना simple meaning है. Conjunctions क्या करते हैं? जोड़ने का काम करते हैं. So conjunctions are words that join nouns, verbs, sentences. So simple. They provide unity. They help in forming meaningful words and statements. अब let's see, ये जो meaning हमने पढ़ा है, इसके हम examples पढ़ेंगे और explanation और पढ़ेंगे. So अभी हमने क्या पढ़ा है? Conjunctions are words that join any nouns, verbs or sentences. Alright, तो यही आपको याद रखना है बस कि जो words join कर रहे हैं ना, joining, join करने का काम, unity provide करने का काम, meaningful words and statements बनाने का काम, वही होते हैं conjunctions. All right, let's start. Okay, now ये है हमारा first sentence, which is she is very tired. ठीक है. Second sentence है she did a lot of work today. Okay, ये दो sentences हैं. अब इन sentences को हमें क्या करना है? हमें इन sentences को join करना है. हमें इनको unite करना है. तो हम कैसे करेंगे? Through conjunctions. Conjunctions को use करके she is tired because she did a lot of work today. ठीक है, she is tired because वो tired है क्योंकि उसने इतना सारा काम किया आज. तो जो word है यहाँ पे because, ये है हमारा conjunction. क्यों? Because this is joining these two sentences together. All right, and it is forming a meaningful sentence. जो इन दोनों sentences को join करके जो meaningful sentences बना रहा है word, वो है because. So because is our conjunction. Another example, my brother likes ice creams. All right. Second sentence, my brother gets sick when he eats a lot of ice creams. अब हम यहाँ पे इस दोनों sentences को join करेंगे, एक meaningful sentence बनाएंगे. कैसे? My brother likes ice creams, but he gets sick when he eats a lot of them. All right. So ये जो word है हमारा but, what is he doing? It is joining these two sentences, and the word but is providing meaning to both of these sentences. एक meaningful new sentence form हुआ है with the word but. All right. I don't like to eat papaya. First sentence is I don't like to eat papaya. Second sentence is I don't like to eat melons. अब इन्हीं को हमने एक नए सेंटेंस में कैसे जोड़ा? I don't like to eat papaya or melons. कि ना तो मुझे पपाया पसंद, मुझे पपाया melons कुछ भी नहीं पसंद. So what did the word or do here? It joined both of these sentences. Join कर दिया एक तो, ठीक है, join कर दिया और meaning भी provide कर दिया. Meaningful sentence बना ना ये. I don't like to eat papaya or melons, right? Another example. He came late today. वो आज लेट आया. Our teacher punished him. टीचर ने उसे पनिश किया. दो sentences हैं. अब इन दोनों sentences को हम एक sentence में कैसे join करेंगे? He came late today, so our teacher punished him. Right? So जो यहाँ पे so क्या काम कर रहा है? It is joining these two sentences, and second चीज इन दोनों को join करके जो sentence बना रहा है उसको meaning दे रहा है. क्या? Word so. Alright. Alright, so now we will do the various types of conjunctions. ताकि आपको questions में आसानी हो. Let's read the various types. First is the coordinating conjunctions. Coordinating conjunction जैसे हमें नाम से ही पता चल रहा है. What do? They coordinate. They coordinate. How? They link equal parts of a sentence, be it words, phrases, or independent clauses. Right? And इनका एक feature क्या है? They come usually in the middle of a sentence and a comma is used before the conjunction unless both clauses are very short. So what do? They link, which means they coordinate equal parts of a sentence, be it words, phrases, or independent clauses. Coordinating conjunctions जो हैं, हमने इनके नाम से ही पता चल रहा है कि coordinate कर रहे हैं. दो words हैं या phrases हैं या कोई independent sentences हैं, independent clauses हैं, उनको एक साथ link करके जो conjunction use होता है उसे हम coordinating conjunction कहते हैं. और usually they come in the middle of the sentence. क्योंकि हम दो sentences को या दो words को या दो phrases को join कर रहे हैं, so they usually come in the middle of the sentence. Alright, and a comma is used unless both of them are very short. इसके हम अब examples देखते हैं. Alright, so here you see, now इसके लिए हमें coordinating conjunctions याद करने के लिए we have this particular short form जो आप use कर सकते हैं. ठीक है? Okay. Mnemonic कहते हैं हम इसे, जो short form है ना, fanboys. F for, A for and, N for nor, B for but, O for or, Y for yet, and S for so. All these are coordinating conjunctions. Alright, let's see a few examples. Now here the example says, I like mangoes and strawberries. What is the conjunction here? And. यहाँ पे and क्या कर रहा है? It is coordinating the two words, mangoes and strawberries. दोनों को equal importance देके it is coordinating. Alright. Then similarly, for the next one, we have he doesn't like swimming, so he won't go to the pool. He doesn't like swimming, so is coordinating, linking these two linking these two separate clauses. Right? So यही काम होता है किसका? Coordinating conjunctions का. क्या? Coordinate करना. Alright. So that's all for the coordinating conjunctions. And ये जो mnemonic है हमारा fanboys, you can use this to remember the names. Remember the various coordinating conjunctions. Next, there are subordinating conjunctions. Now, when are subordinating conjunction used? Now, this conjunction introduces a subordinating clause. यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? Subordinating conjunction नाम से ही पता चल रहा है कि एक subordinating clause introduce होगा. And what do? They link that dependent clause to an independent clause. Dependent clause to an independent clause. Let's see the examples. My mother begins to sneeze whenever she opens the window. Whenever she opens the window. Alright. So यहाँ पे क्या है? हम एक subordinate clause introduce हुआ क्या? She opens whenever she opens the window. ठीक है. So एक जो हमारा dependent clause है. Dependent clause क्या है? My mother begins to sneeze. And independent whenever she opens the window. जब भी window खोलेंगी वो है independent clause. And my mother begins to sneeze. So it is linked with whenever. Whenever is a subordinating conjunction. Another example. When my phone rang, my pet got startled. So इसमें independent clause क्या है? When the phone rang. जब phone बजा तो my pet got a little scared, got a little startled. So ये dependent. क्योंकि pet का startle होना किस पे dependent था? Phone ring करने पे. Alright? Let's move on. Okay, so here you see we have a few categories within the subordinating conjunctions. Like we have conjunctions of comparison. They used to compare something like conjunctions like than, rather than, whether, as much as, whereas. Alright, so they are used to making certain comparisons. You will see in the final questions also how certain comparative conjunctions are used. Alright, I'm just giving you a brief overview now. Okay, so next we have the conjunctions of time, which are conjunctions that used to tell time like after, as long as soon as, before, by the time, now that, once, since, till, until, when, whenever, while. Alright, so these are the conjunctions, the words which join two clauses or two parts or two words and used to tell time. Okay, here we have a few conjunctions of condition. Now they provide a certain conditionality. If, like, I will do something, or say I will go to swimming if you get me a new costume. So if it is used to attach some condition, then only if, unless, until, provided that, assuming that, even if, in case that, lest, all these are used to provide certain conditions, certain conditionalities. Alright. Okay, we have a few more. We have conjunctions of reason, the ones which are used to provide certain reasons for something, like because, since, so that, in order that, or in order to do something. Alright, why? All these are used to provide certain reasons. Okay. Okay, here conjunctions of concession. They are used for concessioning, like though, although, even though, while, despite. There may be more, just given a few for examples for your broader understanding. Nobody is really going to ask you what are conjunctions of concession, what are conjunctions of condition. I'm just telling these to you to give you a broader understanding. All right, so you can understand as per when a question is given to you, you can try to relate and understand that, you know, here concessioning is happening, or here reason is provided, or here we're talking about time. So that way you can figure out which conjunctions to use. All right, so these were the conjunctions for concession. Next, okay, here are conjunctions of place. When we're talking about some place, I want to go to a place where there are lots of chocolates, or where there are large buildings, you know, talking about where or wherever. All these are used for telling a certain place and thus connecting and joining two parts. All right. Then we have conjunctions of manner. They are used to provide some information about the manner in which something is happening, like how, as though, as if. All right, the conjunctions of manner. We have conjunctions of purpose also, providing a certain aim or certain purpose as to why something is happening. So that in order that these can be used for providing a certain purpose. Here we have relative pronouns. Now relative pronouns sometimes used as conjunctions. So I've just given a slide for that, like who, whoever, whom, whomever, whose. So these are relative pronouns. We did them in pronouns. These can be used sometimes as conjunctions, which means these are relative pronouns, but they do the job of a conjunction as well sometimes. All right. Here, relative adjectives. Again, like relative pronouns, even relative adjectives many a times do the job of what? Conjunctions. So just letting you know that it doesn't cause any confusion in the future. So the third category of conjunctions we have are correlative conjunctions. Correlative conjunctions क्या हैं? नाम से क्या पता चल रहा है हमें कि एक दूसरे से relate करते हैं. So they are always used in pairs of two. All right. And they join words or phrases of equal importance. Equal importance words or phrases को join करते हैं. Let's see the examples. As and as, just as, so, both, and, hardly, when, scarcely, when, either or, neither, nor, if, then, not, but. Now how can we use these? Suppose we say if you go out for a movie today, then you won't get any time to do your homework. All right. So इसमें दोनों जो sentences हैं, दोनों जो phrases हैं, they are of equal importance. And यहाँ पे if and then both of them are being together. So they are being used in pairs. हम neither nor का अगर example लें तो neither do I like swimming nor do I like cycling. Alright, so दोनों की negative sentences, दोनों जो phrases हैं they are of equal importance कि मेरे को cycling भी उतनी नहीं पसंद और मेरे को swimming भी उतनी ही नहीं पसंद. So neither do I like this nor do I like that. Alright, so these are the three categories of correlative conjunctions. These are the three categories of conjunctions that we have done. सबसे पहला हमने क्या किया था? First one was the coordinating conjunctions. Second one was the subordinating conjunctions. And the third one is this correlative conjunctions. Right? तो हमने conjunctions पढ़ लिए. Now it's time to take our quiz. Conjunctions are not so difficult. इसमें बस आपको क्या करना है? इसमें बस जो हमने कंजंक्शंस करे हैं इनके मीनिंग के हिसाब से हमें इनको सेंटेंसेस में फॉर्मेशन में डालना है. ऑलराइट, दे आर वेरी इजी. लेट्स स्टार्ट. Alright, so for the quiz, what we will be doing is, now every question you will be given 1 minute. 1 minute means 60 seconds. Why am I giving you 1 minute? Because you see, your question paper of IEO, it has about 50 questions, and so you can imagine that you get more or less a minute to answer the questions. Now this 1 minute is the maximum that you should be taking for answering the question. Now suppose there could be two, three categories of students. First category is, suppose you answer the question within that 1 minute. So I would request you to fast forward the video and skip right to the answer. You should not be wasting your time. Alright. Now the other students who are not able to answer the question in 1 minute, what you do, you don't skip to the answer. You pause the video and you write down your answer. Alright, it is very important to answer each and every question because there is no negative marking. Here you see, for every incorrect answer, no points, because there is no negative marking in IEO, so it is important that you attempt all the questions. Now for a question of which you are not sure about the answer, now even here and even in the exam, if you are not sure about the answer and you maybe think that B option might be correct or C option might be correct, so you should in that case play your luck and play your mind and make a guess and still give an answer, because it is a win-win situation. Either you will get the marks for that question or you will get a 0, right? But if you don't attempt that question at all, then you are anyway getting a 0 in that, right? So it is good to attempt those questions, and even if you don't know all the answers, try to understand and take a guess. Okay, so this is for every correct answer 10 points. This is just for your own little game where you can try to maintain a notepad. So here you write the name of the chapter and then the question, and then if it is correct you can give yourself 10 points. If it is not correct, you mark it here. So it is important to see these questions. The ones which you mark incorrect, it is important to go back to them later and then see where you did the mistake. Alright, this is just for your reference. For every correct answer, you can give yourself 10 points. Alright, now let's start. Alright, so now we start off with our questions on conjunctions. Here what we have to do is, we'll see the blank and So it says fill in the blanks with the most appropriate conjunctions. So read the question, fill in the blank with the whichever conjunction suits you. Let's see. Hira dash his parents are well educated. Hira and his parents, Hira but his parents, Hira as well as his parents, or Hira nor his parents. Here the correct answer is as well as. Why as well as? Because we are saying in addition to something, okay? So Hira in addition to his parents are well educated. Alright. And is used as a coordinating conjunction, but is used when we have to show two contrasting statements, nor is used when you're negating something. Okay, here we have the culprit was dash fined and punished. Also fined and punished, and fined and punished, but fined and punished, or both fined and punished. This is pretty easy. The correct answer is D, both. Why both? Because here we are giving importance to these two parts equally. He was fined and punished, so both. Alright, then we have also is used when we're talking about in addition to something happening. Then and, here we have and already used, we'll not be using and here. But is used for contrasting statements. Okay. Alright, next one we have dash the boys concentrate, they can't learn Kung Fu. Until the boys concentrate, till the boys concentrate, unless the boys concentrate, or if the boys concentrate. Here the correct answer is unless the boys concentrate. Here we are talking about a certain condition, unless this happens. What is the condition? This concentration of boys is required. This is the condition. When this will happen, then they will be able to learn Kung Fu. And unless they do that, they can't learn Kung Fu. Alright. Then we have until and till. Both of them are used. Both of them are used when they are used as conjunctions of time. Then we have if. If is also used for condition, but it doesn't suit in this question. Okay. Alright, here we have dash my uncle is old, he thinks like a child. But my uncle is old, that my uncle is old, although my uncle is old, or as my uncle is old. Here pretty easy, the correct answer is C. Although my uncle is old. Why although? Because you're talking about a certain concession here that despite the fact that my uncle is old, although he is old. First thing is here, but despite this, notwithstanding this, the second thing is also happening. Okay. The other ones, but is used for contrasting statements. That is used when suppose we have to give about a certain reason or talk about indirect speech. Then we have as used for comparison. Okay, then we have Rocky is wasting his money, dash his parents are starving. Then his parents are starving, then his parents are starving, while his parents are starving, or since his parents are starving. Okay, so here the correct answer is C. Rocky is wasting his money while his parents are starving. Why while? Because here we are talking about two simultaneous things that are happening, which is one, Rocky wasting his money, and second, parents starving. So these two things are happening simultaneously, right? Then the other ones we have, than is used for comparison. Then, as I told you, then is used, then THEN is used when we have to talk about the subsequent event happening. Then since is used when we have to talk about, from a duration of a certain point in time to till now. That's when we use since. Okay, here we have Krish was absent from office, dash he was dismissed, since he was dismissed, for he was dismissed, however he was dismissed, or therefore he was dismissed. Okay, so here the correct answer is D. Therefore he was dismissed. We're talking about a certain reason or conclusion that happened. He was absent from office, and as a conclusion what happened? He was dismissed. Alright. Then others we have since. Since is used either to provide a reason or to talk about a duration starting from a certain point in time to now. For again either used for a reason or providing for a purpose. Then however again contrasting the statements. Alright. we have the baby is crying dash it is hungry. Because it is hungry, yet it is hungry, though it is hungry, or it is hungry. Here the correct answer is A, because. Pretty easy. Why because? Because you're talking about a reason. Okay, the baby is crying. Why? Because it is hungry. So we're talking about a reason. Then we have yet used for a concession again, though used for a concession. Or is used when we have to choose, like when there's a choice. Here we don't really, there is no choice, we're just providing a reason as to why the baby is crying. Because it is hungry. Alright, here we have dash difficult the problem is, one must not lose hope. Whether difficult the problem is, however difficult the problem is, as far as difficult the problem is, or though difficult the problem is. Here the correct answer is yes, however difficult the problem is. You know कि कितनी भी difficult problem is, we must not lose hope. Alright. Others, whether is used for giving a choice, as far as for comparison, or as far as can also be used when we are talking about a certain place or time. Then we have though can be used for concession, as a conjunction of concession. Alright, now here we have, do you know dash the magician performed the trick? How the magician performed the trick, however the magician performed the trick, whenever the magician performed the trick, or that the magician performed the trick. Here the correct answer is A. Do you know how the magician performed the trick? This is like conjunction of manner. Do you know how this happened? We are asking about the process. So we use however. So we use how, I'm sorry. Then however can be used for providing certain contrasting statements, whenever as a conjunction of time, that for any statement like an indirect speech. Okay. All right, now here we have dash, we are working, we are happy and healthy. As far as we are working, as long as we are working, in case we are working, or nevertheless we are working. Okay, so here the correct answer is B. As long as we are working. Talk about a certain time, which is happening. As long as we are working. जब तक हम लोग काम कर रहे हैं, we are happy and healthy. Alright. Then we have, as far as, this also can be used in similar ways to as long as, but as far as providing a certain condition. Okay, as far as this happens, this will be bound to happen, like that. Then in case also can be used for a certain condition. Nevertheless means notwithstanding. Okay, then when we have to give, like statement 1, notwithstanding statement 2, that's when we use nevertheless. Alright, so with this we finish off with our questions on conjunctions. I hope you have understood them all. Alright, so
that's all for our class on conjunctions. I hope you have understood what conjunctions really are, when to use which type of conjunction. So make sure you rectify any mistakes if you made and don't repeat them in the future. Keep revising and keep learning. I will see you the next time. Thank you.